Okay, hello to everyone that has joined us for yet another one of our client interviews. Today, I'm joined by another one of our amazing clients, and I'm getting used to saying that at the start of every client interview. But today, I'm joined by Arin, who's been with us for quite a while now, Arin, and Arin has absolutely smashed it with the program. And yeah, this interview is going to be great because Arin's had an interesting journey with the program where he thought he joined to scale up one of his businesses, only to end up developing a brand new product altogether. So, Arin, obviously, I know you, and we've spoken, off camera many times and whatnot, and we've had you in the program. But for people that are watching this interview right now that may not be familiar with you, why don't you let them know, who you are, who you serve, and the transformation that you deliver?
Yeah, man, love it. By the way, I was laughing at the beginning because it was like, DJ Khaled and another one.
Yeah,
Like, it was,
it's getting to
and
that
the
point.
vibes
Yeah,
I got. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's great, man. I love it. Yeah. So, yeah, my name's Aaron Darjan. So my whole thing is around call centers. It's about helping agency owners generate better results for their clients with using ISAs, call centers, that kind of thing. So, about 3 years ago now, I started a white label call center called Team Follow Up. That was like I said, a white label call center which we work with agencies, and we used to phone up the leads on behalf of the agencies as on a white label basis, and basically get their clients way more appointments over time. At the start of this year, so probably about 9, 10 months ago now,
yeah,
a lot of people were asking me, "Oh, look, how do I build this in house? The service is good, but I want to build it in house, blah blah blah." And so I took the dive into building out my own info product, which teaches agency owners how to build out their own call centers. So now I've got Team Follow Up, which is my white label call center, which I'm still running, but I'm not actively promoting anymore because honestly, the info product, the coaching for the call centers is just so much better. It's a way better vehicle, and clients are just getting better results from it. They own the whole product, and the testimonials or reviews we've gotten are just insane. So yeah, I'm going all in on that now. Yeah.
yeah, amazing stuff. And Aaron, just to paint a picture, obviously in the viewers' minds, when exactly did you transition to starting to, make the info product, right? And then what revenue is it at right now?
So the transition, so it was like December 2023. So about, yeah, 9, 10, 11 months ago,
That's
maybe
when you
now.
joined. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That was when I was like really thinking. I honestly, what actually happened is I joined EasyGrow in December,
Hmm.
and I saw what Bo and Charlie built, and I was like, dude, these guys are like, this is a great product, and these guys are crushing it. I feel like with my knowledge, I could do something similar in a different space. So that's when the kind of cog started to turn. I was like, oh, maybe I should just do this. Um, and so then from there, so obviously it was at zero. What I was able to do is I did a beta launch at the very beginning. So even before I built the product, I just wrote down on a notepad, like it's actually on a whiteboard, my whole plan for what the product would look like, sent a screenshot of that or a picture of that to about 20, 30 different people that I was like, hey, this is the idea I've got. If you want in, it's going to be a one-time life, like because you're in like the beta, I'll give you a one-time lifetime fee. And I signed up like 20 people onto it, and I was like, oh, even before I built anything, I was like, oh, maybe this is something quite good, right? So that was the kind of the starting point. So that was obviously zero at December, and now we're at last month we did 45 just on call center mastery alone, 45K.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about that is most of that's profit as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, there we go. And to give people like further context, this is a brand new business in addition to Team Follow Up, which is already
Exactly.
making good revenue. And
Yeah.
the only difference is this doesn't take as much time and it's adding to the existing revenue you've got from Team Follow
Yeah,
Up.
exactly. In total, with Team Follow Up and Call Center Mastery, um, we did like 111K last month.
Yeah.
Uh, and we got like a bunch, like, yeah, and we've got so many. It's just getting started. Like
Yeah,
now in Call Center Mastery, like we're just starting to get the ads working. And like I know for a fact it's going to blow up very soon, which is going to be awesome. So
there
yeah,
we
it's gonna
go.
be good.
Yeah. Aaron, staying on the point of transitioning to, creating a program, right? For like a different target market. And obviously you managed to scale to collectively with both businesses to beyond 100K, and I'm more than certain that with call center mastery you're going to do that alone in the coming months because we've spoken about
100%.
product
Yeah.
improvements and whatnot. It would be funny to speak about, let's just say you didn't do the course model and you had the existing business, team follow up, right? You had the existing business how much more complicated would it have been to scale this business to like seven figures and beyond, like with operations wise, because you're quite hands on with it compared to like the
Yeah.
business model.
So this is the thing. So we were at around 80K a month with team follow up when I was thinking about making that transition.
Mhm.
And it was, I like to pride myself on systems and getting things as efficient as possible in a business. And that's kind of like what I'm pretty good at. But even
Bringing
it's so,
trauma.
yeah, because it's the problem is that especially with something like a white label call center,
Mhm.
because there are so many moving parts. There's all the human beings you've got to deal with, all the setters, right? All the then you've got each client that has their own special way of doing things, and then you've got their clients because it's white label, right? So if you're in Cairo space and you're a Cairo agency, you have some kind of expectation, but then your clients also have an expectation. And where I'm the one with the callers, it was just so much operational drag and like clients complaining about these tiny little things. And look, making it sound bad, like clients are, we work with Gym Launch, right? Like Team Follow Up has it's very good at what it does. It's just a lot of the smaller agency owners that didn't really understand the white label kind of side of things. They would complain about these minor issues and blah
Yeah.
blah. And it just operationally, it was, and even the margins weren't that great either. So as we were scaling up, it got to the point where I was like, this doesn't make sense. There's going to be an easier vehicle, right? It's like what Warren Buffett says about get a different boat, just sit in a different boat. Yeah.
Amazing. And you've had the course cooking for a decent amount of time now. Talk
Yep.
to me about how it feels from an operational standpoint compared to how team follow-up feels to run. It'd be great to hear like
Yeah. Yeah.
what your work is like. Is it stressful compared to team follow-up? How much more efficient is it compared to what you're doing?
So the team follow up, what I've been able to do very well is I'm able to hire the right people and put them in the right position. So with even when team follow up was like it's like craziest, I and this wouldn't this is I'm a rare case to be honest with you, not to sound big headed, but most people are in their business constantly trying to put fires out. I didn't really have the need to do that because I have a really good CSM. I have a really good team that like manage a lot of like, so I didn't have to worry too much about that. Um, but in terms of like my stress levels, my time, all that kind of stuff, right? Like with the product, it's a case where I get feedback, I make improvements, and
Yeah.
then people are like, this is great. And genuinely, I get messages now. Like I literally had one 2 days ago from a guy, randomly just messaged me, dude, your program has literally transformed my agency. So good, blah, 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 blah.
No.
Stuff like that. I never got that with team follow up. Well, actually, I did a couple of times, but like it was rare. Where now, like 1 out of 5 clients will, without me even asking them, will message me. If I ask them, I always get good feedback usually, but then actually reach out to me randomly and just be like, dude, this is the best thing ever. Thank you so much for helping me in my agency. Right. Like just like the actual terms of like the mission I'm on, if that makes sense, like is so much more fulfilling, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And and it feels like I'm actually making a difference. Like, oh, it's hard to explain. A lot of agent sales, I think will feel this. They like when I used to run my service before, I would feel like when a client quit, I didn't actually help them that much sometimes, especially when I used to run my agency even before team follow up. I felt like a client would sign on 2 months later, they'd quit. And I just felt like, not that I'd scammed them, I'd done my job, but like, it just felt a bit like, oh, you're on this constant like churn of, it's horrible, right? Where now it's like, even if a client does leave again, which is my retention is really good, like even if a client does leave, I know they've genuinely got something of value from my product and it was well worth the money they paid.
Yeah.
Even if they only took a small part of it,
Yeah.
I know it's worth it, right? So I'm kind of ranting here, but
No, go for it.
yeah, in terms of operational complexity, obviously call center mastery is so much easier,
Yeah.
right? It's videos in a program. I do a coaching call every day, which is probably the biggest bottleneck I have, right? But I do a coaching call every day just to help people out. But apart from that, videos, I've got some software that I built into it as well, which is really nice. But again, it's software. It's like
Yeah.
once you build it, it's done,
Yeah.
right? And you've got a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
maintenance, but it's so much better. And honestly, do the margins are just like
Yeah.
my biggest expense is ad spend and my sales guys.
There you
That's it.
go. Nice.
So, and with team follow up, I had the expenses of the ads, the sales guys, and also the callers, and also like there's
Yeah.
loads more expenses, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just so much more like I don't know how to explain it. It's just yeah, it's just better.
It,
It's
it
just better.
feels it feels right.
It's just yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like I don't know. I honestly don't know like when it comes to service-based businesses, like I will definitely do one again in the future, but I don't know. Like I'm even thinking of just maybe next time going to something like software or something. I just think the service-based stuff, it can be so hard to really crack.
Yeah.
But then again, if you do, but this is the thing, right? If you do crack it, right, then
Yeah.
harder it is, the better the reward, really, you know? So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff, man. And you know, in terms of like your team specifically for the course side of things, Aaron, what does that look like right now? It's you, I think you got one sales guy unless I'm mistaken, or is it
Yeah,
two?
I had two, but he wanted to he wanted to do some cold calling stuff, and so I was like, all right, cool. So he's doing some cold calling. It's still technically a sales guy working for me, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, so you could say two sales guys. Two sales guys. I've got my CS, like my client success manager, and I have a technical person who just helps me with technical questions. But a lot of these are people that are already in team follow up. I wouldn't really
Oh,
need a
nice. Yeah, yeah.
person, right? But like I had people in team follow up, so I'm just like utilizing them in call center
Great
mastery as
stuff.
well. But my team is like, if I didn't have team follow up, I would have like, yeah, it would be me, my two sales guys, and my CSM. That'd
Yeah.
literally be it if I didn't have team follow
Super,
up. So
super
yeah,
simple, super simple. Amazing stuff, man. Aaron, talk to me about how you approached the program when you first joined day one. Like, what did
yeah.
you attack from like the get-go? What modules did you go to? It'd be great to hear your pathway from start to, not finished, but where you have come to now, with the course and everything.
Yeah, man. So the first one was Acquisition Genesis, right? Literally just went into that, watched the entire thing
Mhm.
in a week, just smashed it out. It was really good. Loved that. And then I didn't go through all the mindset stuff. Maybe that's probably I should go through it, but it's one of the things where it's like, I don't need mindset help. I'm maybe that's a limiting belief on its own, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I was just like, a lot of
But
these, a lot
but
of
to
these,
be
yeah, go on.
honest, like like when you join us, when you're an established point, like usually for established business owners, like we usually tell them like you can get stuck in with outbound and whatnot, unless you have limiting beliefs, you're struggling to work and whatnot. But
That's
I
exactly it. If I was
I
brand new, I would have gone
yeah,
through the mindset stuff.
exactly. But I
But
found a pattern recently with people like yourself actually that I established, like they end up revisiting it. They're like, no man, no, I wish I'd done that from the start. I'm like, bro.
yeah, I will. I think what I'll do. I'll put it on my phone, and I was just like when I'm walking around, I like
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, yeah.
I'll do some stuff like that. Yeah, because one of the things where it's like I don't need to worry about mindset on like some of the like discipline and like I don't. No, I
Yeah,
know how.
you
Do you know
don't,
what I
yeah,
mean?
of
That's
course,
kind
of
of my
course.
my
Yeah.
theory anyway. So I went for acquisition genesis. I then went through a few of the like outbound stuff and the paid ad stuff. That was good, and then started building out and then honestly like for a couple months I just went all in on the program, so I didn't spend too much time in there. But then Charlie brought out the consultant Nirvana,
Yep.
and I was like, this is good timing.
There we go.
um, yeah, so then I started going through that, and there were so many golden nuggets in that, which was really helpful. And it's like these like it's these like course correction things, right? It's kind of like you listen to consultant Nirvana, and there was like, to you at the time, it's like these like little things, but then if you didn't know them little things, as you kind of go on your path, it could
Yeah.
take you a completely different direction, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so
Exactly.
yeah, so that's where I've got to. And then now I'm going back through the paid ad stuff for, joining the calls with Billy and stuff like that to get my ads locked in for and then also I'm gonna do the cold DM stuff again. I tried the cold DM stuff a little bit before. Um it was a lot, so I didn't really stick with it. It's my fault, but I'm gonna go back to it soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Is there anything in particular you really love about the program, whether it's coaching calls, any specific module, any specific breakthrough? Because there's a lot in there, so I'm curious to know if there's any like sort of deal breaker where it's like, wow, this is one thing that really stuck out to me.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, because I went for it nearly a year ago, right? So it's
Yeah.
hard for me to remember there definitely would have been lots of like aha moments and stuff. I can't remember what they are now, to be honest with you. But right now, what I'm loving is the fact that I get access to Charlie and Bo, who
Mhm.
have obviously built a info product successfully, and I can literally like get direct. I was listening to you about this the other day. I was saying, oh, was it you guys or I was listening to someone about this the other day, and I was just saying I even made a post in the group. I was like, dude, like this is insane. Like the fact that I can just like
Yeah, yeah.
ask Charlie and Bo any questions, like, and get access to them, and like it's just insane
That's
the
a
value,
lot.
right?
Yeah.
And then beyond that, getting access to people like Billy who actually run Charlie's ads for them, right?
Yeah.
Like
Shout out
it's
to
it's
Billy.
like it's like the perfect blueprint of like, hey, you
Yeah.
want to build a coaching product? Like, well, I built one that's 8 figures. This is the guy that runs my ads. But like, so you can talk to them all, and literally like some of the calls you jump on, there's no one there. It's like it's just you and them for
Yeah.
like 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. And it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of insane when you think about it, right? That's at the moment, that's what I'm absolutely loving about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. And you know, on your end, Aaron, it would be good to hear what your sort of next goal is with the course specifically, and if you're looking to do anything with team follow-up, whether you're maintaining or you're looking to, grow it, or it'd be great to hear what your plans are now that you've got this info product in place that ultimately you're more happier with, and it just gives
Yeah.
you the way you work, it just makes more sense.
So my goal for call center mastery is 250K in December. So once I've got my ads locked in, I know I'll be able to get there. It's just this fun. And they're getting better, but I'm just in this kind of like weird spot at the moment with my ads. But 250K in December, I'm confident I can hit that. In terms of team follow up, yeah, honestly, I want to maintain. So obviously, I want to continue working with Gym Launch. I've got a few other clients in there which I'm working
Yeah,
with. Like I plan to maintain that for the foreseeable future. Um, I would. I'm kind of tempted to, but you've got to balance, is it a distraction or is it actually worth doing? But I'm kind of tempted to even start like a call center for like lawyers, or a call center for like, because I
yeah,
think having the call center itself is very powerful for the social proof, right? I don't want to be one of them guys that, there's a lot of guys that used to run agencies, and then they don't run agencies anymore, but they're still
yeah,
like, I would rather be like, if someone challenges me, like, oh, when was the last time you've run a call center? I was, oh, I'm still running one. And it does 7 figures. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Of
oh,
course.
okay. Like, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? And also, it keeps me up to date with all the problems and all the things that are going on in Go High Level and all that kind of stuff. It forces me to keep adapting and improving things. We're building out our own AI bot at the moment, actually,
Yeah.
which will be really powerful. So, like, stuff like that is right. Like, if I've got my own call center, I have to be innovating and finding all the things before everyone else
Yeah.
does. So, yeah.
Yeah, amazing stuff, man. Amazing. And with the way what do you call it? With the way you've built out the program now, Arin, and obviously, it's only getting better and better. I'm actually curious, like when you joined our program and you were, you know, being introduced to this new way of delivering for a completely new market, were there any specific struggles that you faced where it's like, right, how do I package the product? Is this even viable, etc., etc., etc.?
You know what? I never had that issue. I got quite lucky, but I think the reason why I never had the issue was because I genuinely had a skill set. It wasn't like I'd been in the space for a year
Yeah,
and then I just decided to start coaching, and I don't actually know that much. I've only been doing it for a year. It was like, okay, I've been doing this for like 2, 3 years. I've
exactly.
worked with
Yeah, yeah.
some big agencies, and the big, actually, I'll tell you what the biggest struggle I had was, it was like a mindset thing. I'd make the videos and I'd be like, this isn't good enough. Like,
Mm.
this isn't. People are gonna go through it and be like, yeah, dude, like this is basic. Like, what the fuck? And then when people went through it, they were like, this is insane. I'm like,
Yeah,
how do you not know that? How do you not know this? Like, you assume that people know what you know, right?
yeah,
So that was actually probably the biggest thing. Is I was going through it and I was like, oh man, I'm not sure if this is good enough. I'm kind of worried about like, if people could think it's like worthy of the money, or is it valuable enough? And then people went through it and they loved it. And that was really reassuring for me. And I was like, okay, great. And then I realized that not everyone knows it. Just because I know it doesn't mean everyone else knows it, right? It's literally the
yeah,
point. So that was probably the biggest thing. But in terms of packaging it up and everything, in Charlie breaks it down really well in Consulting Nirvana.
yeah,
But honestly, I'd already built a lot of it before I went through it. I didn't really
yeah.
use Charlie's kind of blueprint in Consultant Nirvana for the build of it anyway. Um, for me, it just fell into place naturally, and it just worked. So
It
I
was
think,
more so refining everything pretty much. Yeah,
yeah,
to sort it out.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's more so because that's like what I'd recommend to people is like, just obviously join the EasyGrow, right, and do
yeah,
that. But also just laying out what you think makes sense in your head, like from a starting point of view, and
yeah,
then lay it all out, and then you just find the holes, and then get people to go through it. They say, oh, they ask you questions, didn't understand this, didn't understand that. Oh, okay, great. And then you just plug the holes, you make improvements, and then you just
Yeah.
just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And Arin, you've obviously been in the space for quite a while now, and naturally you may have been part of some other programs, unless I'm
Yep.
mistaken. But what would you say makes, our program different from others from what you've seen? Because usually even people watching this right now, right, maybe they have that, thought in the back of their mind subconsciously because all
Yep.
the, stuff out there with some of the average courses, or this is just another program. How would you say R1 is different from the other programs you've taken?
Yeah. I haven't been through any other programs for a little while, but it's more. It's like it's complete. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
like it's a lot of
Yeah.
other programs you go through and you start like there's no clear. I remember I'm not gonna mention any names, but I joined a
No, no,
program
yeah.
before that I was in, and like I joined it, paid the money, got added into the Facebook group, and I was like, okay. And then they wanted me to jump on some, and I was like, I didn't, and I was like, okay, where's the videos? Like where? And then
Where's
the
the
videos are kind of
structure?
all scattered, and there's
Yeah.
like, oh, if you want to learn ads, it's here. And then you click on the video, and it was filmed 4 years ago when the ad account looks complete. It's like, what the hell? So it's like the fact that you guys are actually maintaining like a lot of people
Yeah.
just build it once and then just give up. You guys
Yeah.
actually regulate, like Charlie's often posting that guys like, what else do we need? What else can we do for you? What else can we make for you? How can we make this better? Um, and like everything is clearly organized. Like, and I'd probably put this down to you. I don't know, because I don't know exactly what your role is nor in terms of like day to day, but I'm assuming this is probably part of your role, right? Make sure everything's organized, make sure
Yeah.
everything's up to date, keeping everything like clear as possible. So that's like one of the biggest things is the information is there, and just the fact that Charlie and Bo actually care. Like there are so many uh gurus. I don't use the word guru, but you know what I'm saying, right? Loads
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. No,
like gurus out
of
there,
course. Yeah, yeah,
and they build a program, they make a little bit of money, and then they start doing these other
yeah.
offers,
That's exactly.
something completely different, right? And then you're like, okay, but it's because they kind of get bored of that, but they're still selling people onto it. Where Charlie and Bo like this is the only thing they're like, okay, let's just make this
Yeah.
better and better and better, right? So yeah,
Yeah, no, that's literally what you said at the end is it's funny because I think I remember typing out an email campaign the other week which references that where, you know, with most course creators, they'll build a product one time, price it at a high ticket price point. Maybe it does well for a few months from a client experience standpoint. But then guess what? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years later, when the market's evolved, that course has not evolved. So what
yeah,
happens?
exactly,
Customer
dude.
complaints, bad reputation. Similar to yourself, Aaron. You go on a video, right? And it's it's an ad account video from 4 years ago. I was like, what's this? And
Yeah, exactly that.
typically the thing with info, people think it's a cash grab when it's like, okay, just gonna build it one time and I don't have to do anything and it's loads of profit and whatnot. And we've approached it, and you've seen this firsthand, right? Like you just said with Charlie and whatnot, and Bo constantly improving. Literally, um, we have team principles. Number one is product centric, like build insane products. And that does not mean one and done solutions. Like we know the market's evolving and things constantly change. And that's why, like, again, to people watching, Aaron's seen this. We always ask in the group, what do you need? Like, what can we help with? And how can we do it? And we've gone as far as, having someone in place. So shout out to William Selway, who runs our outbound calls. His sole job is pretty much, chief product officer. Every single day, he's recording new modules as we speak and revamping existing ones so it's in line with market conditions. And when
Yeah.
you create a product like that, it's impossible for clients to actually lose. And it's funny, Aaron, because you're building your own product and you're seeing this through Consulting Nirvana, and you're also part of the mastermind. So you're seeing how we work. We don't promote one and done solutions. It's literally right. Even now, Aaron, your product's great. It's doing 45K per month, but you're asking your clients, what do we do to make this better? What does V2 look like, etc., etc.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly that, dude. I think the iteration, that's some of the feedback I've got from my clients is like, um, people are like, I think my my problem is that I spend too much time on the product, and this sounds like a bit of a weird,
That's
like a
a
bit.
very good problem. That's a very
Yeah,
good problem.
but I love like honestly, I should really find a business partner who loves ads and sales and like kind of I don't know. I think that's how like Bo and Charlie split things up in the beginning,
Yeah.
right? Like Bo used to run the ads. Now, if I had a Bo who could like run ads, run the sales team, blah blah blah, and I could just even like a let's do a bit more. Let's say like a Hormozy oven split, right? Hormozy does all the promotions, and then
Yeah,
Sam's
yeah,
a
yeah.
support product, right? If I could find that kind of split with someone, dude, I would be way richer than I am now. My problem is that I do something on the product, and I love tinkering with the product, making it better, getting feedback, improving. When it comes to the ads and stuff, I'm having to like force myself to love it. I'm having to force myself to learn it. And
Yeah,
I'm getting better at it now. Now, the more I'm getting better, the more I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing how the ads are changing and how this works, and I'm getting a lot better at it now. Um, but I think, but I just love, I love like every month looking at the retention numbers and being like, how can I get that retention even better? Like, how can I make more value? And how I love doing that stuff. So I could
yeah.
sit there all day doing that, but yeah.
There we go. There we go, man. And yeah, figuring out ads. There's another thing, guys. Aaron's already an established point. He's getting his own hands dirty with ads and whatnot
Ah,
and figuring out the business. And I know there's a trend of outsourcing and all this stuff before you do it yourself. This is coming from someone who's established. He's still getting his hands stuck in with the
I've
work.
tried it, man. I tried.
Yeah.
So I've tried to hire with call center mastery. I've tried to hire three different agencies now, and all of them are just. It just gets to the point where it's just
Yeah.
like no one cares about your company as much as you do.
More than
And
you
when
do.
it comes
Yeah.
to ads, this isn't some like bullshit accounting. This isn't like some weird like little. This is like this is such an important thing for your business. Like the ads are so
Yeah.
important. And when I
Really.
hear about people like even like Becca and even like probably Bo, he probably run his ads. Bo probably run the. I don't know how long Bo run the ads for, but he probably run it until you were probably spending like 100 grand a month or something. I don't know. Like
Yeah, Bo was for his gym for his and Charlie's gym agency. Like he was running the ads, and it's great because now the knowledge he picks up, it translates to when Billy runs our ads, Bo's able to contribute, know the problems and whatnot. So even if you do outsource it now, you're gonna know what the issues are, and you can
it's
spot things in advance.
exactly
So
That's
yeah,
exactly it. It's exactly it. And I think it's such an important part. And like there are some you're kind of you're naive if you think that these other big huge guys that are worth 8, 9 figures, some of them still I'm sure still run their own ads. They probably like maybe they have a VA that supports them, but they definitely are still like
yeah,
looking at things regularly, making testing things like and if you think that you're too good to run your own ads, which is what I thought for a little while, you're just you're
yeah.
mistaken.
That's it. That's it. There we go. Aaron, really simple question for you, man. How does it feel to have a money-making machine that does not drain all your time and energy and does not frustrate you as much as a service-based business does?
It's nice. It's still well this is the thing. We're not at the point where it's like it's still frustrating, but for different reasons, right? It's
Yeah.
like the ads are working, we're making money on the ads, great, and the ads just drop. It's like what? Like that's it's
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
frustration,
yeah.
right? But I'm confident that very soon
Yeah.
it's going to be exactly what you said. But even so, it's like it's just so much nicer like to have the info product, just having it. Like I said, the results are better for clients. Clients actually messaging you rather than complaining, actually being happy and referring their friends, staying. Like I have guys that like actually pay me every month consistently, right? Like because they enjoy the product and they want to keep paying. It's not like a contract where you're forcing them into some bullshit, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels so much better,
Yeah.
bro. So much better.
Amazing. Love it. So yeah, as we round off this interview, Aaron, typically there's two groups of people that watch this. First of which is existing clients of EasyGrow, and the second of which are individuals that have yet to purchase. Maybe they're on the fence, maybe they want to think about it. Maybe they just need some further reassurance. To the people that are already a client, Aaron, similar to yourself, maybe when they started, right? What would your best pieces of advice be to those that are part of the program and looking to succeed?
If they're a part of the program
Yeah,
already.
if they're existing students, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It depends on obviously where they're at, like in on that basically in the stage of their business. Like there are so if they're like starting stages. But honestly, I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what they should do. This is my advice. This is what I did. Completely drop your ego in every single way. Join every single call you can. Listen to the like. This is some of the feedback I got when I've joined my first mastermind back in 2018.
Hmm.
My first mastermind I joined, I used to join like I had a full-time job at the time. Every single call I could get on, I used to get on. I used to have to send proposals on Upwork. I don't know if you guys know what
Yeah,
Upwork.
yeah, yeah,
I used to
yeah.
have to send proposals. I
Yeah,
was like part of
old
the
school.
lead gen, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You have to send like 10 proposals a day. That was
Yeah.
like the thing, right? So I used to sit there and I used to send my 10 proposals every single day.
Yeah.
I would jump on every single coaching call, take notes, do like take action. Never thought I knew more than them. Like Jamie just listened to them fully and then just worked on it the best I could. And the feedback I always got from like from anyone that was more successful than me was always like, oh yeah, that Arin guy, like he's so coachable. Like he actually listens
Yeah.
and takes action. Um, so that is, I know everyone says this, but genuinely it's like just join, like if you're going through the videos and you're like getting a little bit stuck and you're getting a little bit frustrated and stuff like that, but you're not joining the coaching calls, you're like you have to join the coaching calls. It's like I was saying at the beginning of this, like I get access to Charlie and Bo, Billy, like these guys that are so much smarter than me in all these different areas. And no, we're doing like over 100K a month, but like that's peanuts, really. Like it's still toddler, it's still like preschool, right? If you think that because you make 10K a month, you now don't have to worry. Like I made this mistake when I first started making 10K a month. I was like, I'm the G, like this is it, 10 grand a month. I'm like, oh, man, I'm bored. I started getting really arrogant and cocky. And then bam, the universe just like slaps you, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not as good as I thought I was, damn. And then over time you just learn to be more humble. And
Yeah.
then even now I'm just like, so yeah, I keep ranting, I'm sorry.
No, good.
what,
Go for it.
what I'm trying to say is join the coaching calls, like
Yeah.
listen to the instructors and you'll succeed.
Yeah, and that's a big one what Arin says because like Arin mentioned, like we spoke about, Arin was already an established business owner, yet the way he approached the program, he had no ego whatsoever and he had open ears to absolutely everything, even if it challenged his way of working. And that's it's great that you mentioned that, Arin, because a lot of the interviews that I've personally had and I've seen other people have, other members of the team have, right, that have been a part of the program from established clients specifically where you'd expect them to have some sort of resistance naturally because like, oh, I'm, established this, that, maybe I'll do things my way. All of the successful ones done what you done, where it's like, I'm gonna, be a sponge. I'm gonna act like as if I'm a beginner, I know nothing, and lo and behold, boom, like
Yeah,
success.
that's exactly it, dude. And there are
Yeah,
times where, so I'm 31, right? So you got someone like Bo's 23, and you sit here and you think, like a lot of people would be like, I'm not listening to some kid
yeah,
about,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Very true.
but
Yeah,
like, but Bo's actually probably been doing this longer than me. Like, I started this when
yeah,
I was like 24, 25. I don't know how long Bo's were probably doing it at a similar time. So, but it's like at the end of the day, like, as if they have the credentials, they know more about business than I do. There's something they know more about than I do. So you
yeah.
have to just listen to them and take their advice and just take action.
Yeah, that's it. And to people that have yet to join Aaron for any reason whatsoever, what would you say to them almost as if you're sort of giving them an elevator pitch where it's like, oh, you got to join EasyGrow. But no, what would you say to those guys that are probably thinking about it, have yet to join, have yet to book a call even, like from your experience working with us for a couple of months now?
Yeah, man. So there are lots of guys that I've spoke to in the past who don't join any kind of mark. They see this agency thing or they see this coaching thing or they do whatever, they have these things they see and they start trying to do it on their own. And like 4 years later, they're like 5K a month, they're at 10K a month. And it's like, and I'll say to them, I used to do this like with team when I was doing sales with team follow up. I would speak to a lot of guys like this. And I'd be like, why are you only at 10K? You've been in this for 4 years. Like, why the fuck are you at 10K a month, dude? What are you doing? This is the question I always ask them. What masterminds are you in? What,
Mm.
like, what,
Mhm.
what groups are you in? Like, tell me. And most of the time, the guys that are just not doing anything properly, they're like, oh no, I watched some YouTube videos, but I'm not in any masterminds. It's like, it's just so frustrating. It's like, there's literally, these guys have like laid out step by step. Like I'm literally got it open here. Like I hope you don't mind me saying this, but
No,
you got acquisition genesis, you got the mindset module, you got sales systems, outbound systems, inbound systems, paid systems, consultant nirvana, go high level mastery, you've got all the recording, you've got the Google
yeah,
app, you've got like everything and you've got the instructors. Like again, talking about Billy, right? Like I'm keep focusing on Billy because he's the main guy I'm working
yeah,
with right
shout
now.
out to Billy.
Yeah, shout out to Billy, he's a great guy. Like again, he runs probably like millions of dollars on ad spend
Yeah,
every single month, right? And you get access to talk to him and ask. You get to share your ad account and be like, "Hey Billy, what would you do if you was me looking at his ad account?" And he tells you, "Do this, do this, do this, do this." And you're like, "Great, do that. Come back next week. Do that over and over." Like you get access to these minds for the sake of like. I'm not gonna say about price because obviously price has changed. I don't want to mention that, but like whatever price you pay for EasyGrow, like
yeah,
it's gonna be decent. It's gonna be worth it, right? So yeah, like it's just yeah, you're an idiot if you don't do it. If you
Yeah,
don't do it.
plain and simple. And yeah, it's funny. Arin speaks about sharing your screen with coaches. He's just speaking about ads. You can do that with our sales coaching,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
outbound coaching. You can share your metrics, your call recordings, and whatnot. So it's impossible for you to lose on that end. So yeah, amazing stuff. Arin, as we round it off, man, where can the people find you if they want to keep up with your content work, all that good stuff?
Yeah, man. So I've started making some YouTube stuff now. So if you just type in my name, Aaron Darkin, on YouTube, I don't know if I can send you the stuff over like the handles
Yeah,
after, and you
we'll
can
put
put
in
them
the
in.
links
Yeah,
in the description.
yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. So it's just my name on my YouTube. Same thing for Instagram, just Aaron underscore Darkin for Instagram. And then also I've got my school community. So I've got if you're an agency owner, right? Like put my pitch in if you don't mind. If you're an agency owner and you work with like local businesses and you are getting the results, but they're not phoning their leads, they're not following up their leads, and you just want to get better results for clients, I can help you make a seamless call center, which will basically pretty much double your client results very, very quickly. Um, if you're interested in that, so just type in call center mastery on school, and you'll see the paid group and the free group. You can obviously join the free group and stuff like that. Yeah, hopefully speak soon.
There we go. All links will be in the description below. So yeah, amazing stuff. Arin, appreciate your time. I'm gonna mark this as part one. We're gonna do part two when the info products just scales with the ads. And
Yeah, dude,
obviously
let's do it.
you're
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
the
yeah.
mastermind as well. So it's gonna be real fun. To everyone watching this interview, really hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna close it off with my classic closing statement that I say on at the end of every one of my interviews, and I'm becoming a fan of it myself. If you want a get rich quick scheme, this is not for you. I'm going to be fully transparent with you, okay? And Arin, you'll agree with me here. If you are willing to put in the work and follow a proven framework, there's no reason why you can't succeed like Arin did. If, however, you have been fooled by social media, the Ferraris, the Lambos, and stuff like this, and you can swallow a chocolate bar and boom, you're a millionaire overnight. This is not the program for you, okay? If you do find that solution, send it my way, okay? But look, if you want a
And
proven
mine.
framework, yeah, and Aaron's. But listen, if you want a proven framework and you're willing to put in, the work needed on your end, and have the necessary support to succeed, then be sure to book a call with us because you'll probably be a good fit for what we have. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the client interview. Be sure to check out the other client interviews that we have on the website and the YouTube channel, wherever you have gotten this interview from. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.